LakelandCarKeys.com. We're currently working on a 2006 BMW 3 Series. It is all keys lost. I have my van running with the jumper cables hooked up to the battery, so we get constant 13 plus voltage. And the vehicle is a slot key. Sometimes they come with two different keys where it is push button start, but the key has to be in the slot for it to start. They do have proximity, they call it a comfort access system, where it would be push to start. You could leave the keys in your pocket, and usually a good indicator if it's that system is if it has like a push button or a sensor pad on the door handle. This one doesn't have it, and the customer told me he did have to put the key in the slot to start the car. So we're going to attempt to make this key with xhorse key 2 plus. So I'm going to go into emo programming, scroll up to BMW, and let it automatically diagnose models. So when it automatically diagnose models, it'll tell you what system it's on. This is on the CAS2. So we're going to go ahead and read vehicle information, and we're going to select yes for add a key or no for all keys lost. We're going to go ahead and hit no, and it pulls up the CAS information. That's our key code to cut our blade. I'm going to hit yes. Alright, it says the daily key should be taken away from the ignition switch. Alright, so we take the key out the switch, hit OK, and let it attempt to do its login. Alright, so here goes our information. Looks like this car currently had 4 keys already in it. So we're probably gonna go ahead and add a new key into that 5th slot. So we're gonna go ahead and save this file. Alright, so what we want to do is we're gonna generate daily key, alright, using the ignition switch. So I'm gonna put the key back in the switch. Alright, this feature requires the use of original blank key. It is recommended to generate daily key using the device coil. We're gonna go ahead and give this a try. We'll go ahead and select 5, and it tells us to select our key type, and we have a remote key. Keyless go would be push to start, and that would be a stick-in key that you turn to start. So we're gonna go ahead and hit remote key. Alright, pre-process the key by inserting the blank key into the device coil. So it still wants us to put it into the coil anyways. Alright, I'm just gonna lay this flat while this is there. Alright, we got our blank key in there. Alright, so key unlock success. Please insert key into the ignition switch. Alright. Insert new unlock key by step 2 into the ignition switch. It's there. And then it is going to attempt to do the login again. Alright, so remote control setup. Remove key from the ignition, put the key in ignition, and then press the start-stop button. So right now we already have a good key on the dash, so the car is recognizing this key. We're going to remove the key, put the key back in, and we're going to press the stop-start button. Alright, it seems like everything's on. Alright, and key program is successful. Go ahead and put my foot on the brake and start this vehicle up, shut off my hazards, and that was a pretty easy, straightforward job. So we'll go ahead and select OK, and this one's done. So we're going to go ahead and cut that door blade by the code that the machine gave us, and this should be a completed job. So I'm back in the van, and I have my xhorse Dolphin there. I'm going to control it using my key 2 plus. So we'll go ahead and cut key, and we are gonna shoot, I usually don't do this on my Key 2 Plus. I usually do it on my phone, so I don't know exactly, I don't remember exactly the way to navigate through the menu, but I am gonna go through. And so we got an H92R. All right, so there's 2 different cut depths. We're gonna just go ahead and, all right, so we gotta go and put in the code, and I think I wanted the other option to put the code in. So what I'm gonna do is go back, go back, go back. All right, so we're gonna, let's see. All right, let's see, old key blank, oh. H92R, boom, boom, boom. All right, so that still doesn't give me the option for all keys lost to put the key in. Let's see. Oh, right in front of my face. All right, all keys lost. BMW. All right, so then we're gonna put in the code that we was able to read from the CAS module. 17. And then we're going to query it and see if it finds a code. And sometimes, I just want to show you, so sometimes it shows you just the part that you need for the key code. I know on my other machine, sometimes I got to take off that last digit for it to read. But it seems that I was able to pull this key code, and we are gonna start cutting. All right, we got to connect to the device via Bluetooth. All right, we're gonna start cutting. All right, so all right, we got the depth set. We want to be in the B clamp in the 2nd position. That's where we have our key there, and we can go ahead and cut. And then, so this works as like a little CNC machine. The probe will go through and calculate the position of the key so that it cuts all the cuts in the right position. And then the little end mill blade will come down and carve out what they call the high security laser cut key. That's actually a little end mill bit there. You can see it's starting to do the 2nd layer of the cut. We already got our outline, and it's going to go through and do a 2nd depth. All right, and this is our blade cut. We're going to go ahead and stick it in, and we can see it both locks and unlocks the doors. All right, so we can go ahead and put this back in the key, and this is a completed job. All the remote functions work as they should. Yeah, his trunk is a little sticky. It does that when I push the button inside also. But I did hear it release. Alright, so that's another completed job. A 2006 BMW 3 Series CAS2 slot key. LakelandCarKeys.com.